I would like to share my views on the film The Shape of Water today. I chose this movie because it has a mythological aspect to it that I find quite interesting, given that I've studied the rewriting of myths in modern cinema. The story told clearly uses fairy tale codes. The first scene is a striking example. The narrator introduces poetically the heroine, the princess without a voice, floating in a greenish water. The colour green is omnipresent in the film, with the setting, the costumes, the merman, and even Mr. Strickland's sweets are green. But beyond this modern fairy tale lies a mythological dimension with many references. Firstly, the characters are archetypes of good and evil and represent categories of downtrodden characters. Indeed, we can spot different social classes, handicapped people, the black community, homosexuals, and a Russian spy who ends up actually helping the creature. All these people who suffer from social exclusion and from loneliness gather together to help the last one represented, the alien, the marginal creature. Elisa and her friend Giles live above a cinema called Orpheus. Several mythological names are present in the film and numerous references are made. The myth of Orpheus can be seen in the film's language. Elisa is dumb but communicates with the creature thanks to music, a universal language. Just like Orpheus, who uses his music to try to save Eurydice. Moreover, the 1960s music is omnipresent in the film and is complementary to the story. Giles's artistic talent as a cartoonist as well. Therefore, art has a universal language. It goes beyond social classes and handicap. Another clear mythological reference is the names of Giles's cats, Pandora and Thor. Pandora ends up eaten by the creature. Does this mean that the creature opens the forbidden box? One can ponder. Anyhow, these mythological references are quite clearly stated. The heroine in the image of a goddess goes forth on the hero's journey in reference to Joseph Campbell. Her name Eliza is also interesting to study and could be a reference to the character Eliza Doolittle from G.B. Shaw's play Pygmalion. Another mythological reference. Eliza Doolittle is created by Professor Higgins thanks to language. Speaking proper English is at the centre of the play. Eliza in The Shape of Water is devoid of speech, therefore sound, but she uses sign language and music, another form of sound, to communicate and start a love relationship with the creature. Silence is is shown as something negative because the villain, Mr. Strickland, loves silence and has a kind of sexual fascination towards Eliza because of her silence. Professor Higgins gives a voice to Elisa Doolittle, just like Elisa Esposito gives a voice to the downtrodden characters and to the creature who could be linked to the sirens in Greek mythology. He manages to lure Eliza with him into the water. They become united by love. The film also shows a beautiful scene that uses the mise en abîme technique. The scene in the movie theatre when Eliza finds the creature who has run off. The viewer can wonder, a bit like with Frankenstein's story, who is the real monster here? This effect is created by the numerous screens. For example, the viewer is watching the film on a screen. The creature is watching a film on a screen, and Eliza and Giles watch life in general on a television screen, and so on. So who is watching who? We all watch and see life through our own filter. Eliza ends up joining the creature in the water, and the marks on her neck are guiles, enabling her to breathe underwater. The heroine, the princess with no voice, finds her way thanks to the creature, her lover. The archetype of good vanquishes evil. The mermaid goes home to her people with a message of love. For you are everywhere. These words end this fairy tale, this poem, this ode to love. Thank you very much for listening, and see you soon.